President Muhammadu Buhari today spoke on the security situation in the country and promised to crush the insurgents and bandits. But when he was asked about who he has endorsed, well, his response will interest you. Find out right here on the program. And tonight we get up close and personal with one of the leading aspirants of the People's Democratic Party as a political gladiators enter into a crucial month in the 2023 electoral process. Hello everyone, happy Eid al-Fitr to all our Muslim brothers and sisters across the world. Welcome to the program, everyone. Let's begin tonight by letting you know some of our coverage of the Eid al-Fitr celebration and some of the messages coming in. We begin with that of a prayer in the nation's capital here in Abuja, where President Muhammadu Buhari joined other Muslim faithful at a parade ground at the Mambila Barrack in Abuja to mark the Eid prayers, which marks the end of the 2022 fasting period. He spoke about a series of issues after the prayer session, first on the issue of security, and when he was asked about the endorsed candidate or the candidate of his choice or the aspirant of the APC of his choice, take a listen to the president.
Well, that will continue to make the environment secure, especially when the rainy season is coming, so that farmers can go back to their farms and who wouldn't have problem of food security. The heads of services, Army, Navy, Air Force, Inspector General of Police, and so on, are very much aware of the situation. And their duties to know where the terrorists are and eliminate them.
A lot of presidential aspirants have come to you for endorsement. Some even say you have asked them to run while you watch. What kind of person would you like to hand over to?
The person that Nigerians elect.
Well, you had the president. So, afterwards, after that session, what you heard was after the prayer. But President now holds top government officials, including the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, and others, those who were at the presidential villa to pay Salah homage to the president. The president spoke about security situation in the country, including giving assurances that the administration of the APC and his government will crush the bandits. Take a listen to President Muhammadu Buhari.
There is no denying the fact that Nigeria is facing security challenges, but we are strenuously tackling this monster. There are fears that bandits will grow to yet another big challenge as we face down the Boko Haram threat. Let me assure Nigerians that this administration will not allow such to happen. This administration has allocated huge resources to improve the capacity of our security forces by timely giving them adequate equipment and improving the welfare of personnel to boost their morale. Abuja has witnessed remarkable improvement in terms of security. In the past, terrorists had made it almost impossible to conduct our normal lives. Road barricades had overrun the capital city, and people had to pray in fear because of anxiety of terrorist attacks. No place in FCT was beyond the terrorists, not the United Nations building, nor the police headquarters. But today, the situation is no longer so. We have significantly weakened and crippled the capacities of Boko Haram terrorists so much that they no longer have the ability to seize and occupy any Nigerian territory without being repelled by our gallant troops. Of course, we can't say that terrorists are 100% destroyed, but we have destroyed their ability to seize our territory.
President Muhammad Buhari there speaking on the issue of security in the country. Well, before we get speaking with my guests tonight, let's check some of your political roundup stories.
The governor of Edo State, Mr. Godwin Obaseki, has congratulated Muslims on the successful completion of the Ramadan fast. Beyond the lessons of Ramadan, he urged the Muslim faithful to get their permanent voters' cards ready in order to have their say in the next general elections. Governor Obaseki believes that many politicians are seeking election into political offices even after failing to deliver on their mandates. He insists that it will not be business as usual for them, as a result of the 2023 general elections will be based on merit due to the use of technology.
Make sure that most of your followers have voters' cards, because you cannot change anything, you cannot continue to complain if you are not participating.
In Kano State, Governor Abdullahi Ganduje joined in the prayers at the Jumat Mosque of the Emir of Kano's palace, where he observed the Eid al-Fitr prayers with some members of his executive council. He urges everyone to be vigilant and be their brother's keeper in the face of rising insecurity.
I would like them to be security conscious, because sensitivity to security is very important.
A progressive agenda movement for the realization of the emergence of a former governor of Ogun State and senator representing Ogun Central Senatorial District, Ibikunle Amosun, as the presidential flag bearer of the All Progressives Congress at the presidential primaries, has been launched in Abeokuta, the state capital. The group, which comprises of young elements from the state, are of the opinion that the former governor remains the best candidate for the job, considering his track records as two-term governor of Ogun State.
Our conclusion is premised on the fact that Senator Ibikunle Amosun has demonstrated capacity in critical areas while serving as governor of Ogun State.
A group under the aegis of concerned and well-meaning people of Imo North Senatorial District, popularly called Okigwe Zone in Imo State, has called on all political parties in the state to field their candidate for the Imo North Senatorial election from Okigwe North Federal Constituency in order to ensure fairness, justice and equity are served to the people. Addressing a press conference in Owerri, the Imo State capital, the convener Mike Ejiogu says for over 15 years, Okigwe South has occupied most of the top positions in the zone against the principles of power rotation.
We call on all political parties to field their candidates for the Imo North Senatorial seat for the 2023 general election from Okigwe North Federal Constituency.
Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us right here on the program. It's crunch time in Nigeria's politics as the different political parties are gearing up for the primaries, which will lead to the campaign ahead of 2023 elections. The People's Democratic Party, for example, has screened its presidential aspirants, and we understand that about 18 out of about 18 of them, 2 people have been disqualified. They didn't go through the screening exercise successfully. With the youngest of the aspirants and the only female was on the program last week. Tonight, we shall be speaking with one of the leading aspirants. He was a former Minister of State for Education, serving a second term as governor of Nigeria's oil-rich River State in South Nigeria. He's a lawyer and was appointed a live bencher of the body of benches, by the body of benches. Governor Nyesom Wike of River State and the presidential aspirant joins me live here in our Abuja studio. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for joining us tonight.
Thank you very much, sir.
Perhaps, it might be strange for me to ask you about, you being a governor, you being a local government chairman, but a lot of people will ask, what is your political background, your political experience that you hope to seek the #1 seat in Nigeria? The experience that you have that gives you that confidence of wanting to be Nigeria's president.
Yeah, thank you, Chairman, very much. Well, like I said, it's been very tedious for me today. I just came in from outside the country and to honor you. And as usual, anytime to talk to Nigerians and for them to know what I have in mind, who am I, and what do I think for this country. So, by the grace of God, I'm a graduate of political science and administrative studies from the University of Port Harcourt. So, I'm a graduate of law from the University, and by the grace of God, I went to Nigerian Law School in Lagos and obtained my Bachelor of Laws from the Nigerian Law School. University, you have LLB, and then from the law school, you have a BL, which entitles you to be a legal practitioner. Thereafter, I served with the Okara, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, and then try to see what I can do from the call by my people to serve them. So I contested election to be the chairman of Obiabo local government in 1998-99. By the grace of God, I won, and I served the local government. Obiabo local government is one of the, people say richest. I don't want to use the word richest, but one of the most very popular, like one local government that you, whether anybody likes it or not, that's the entire country cannot say they can do without. You have the University of Port Harcourt, you have the 6th Division, you have the Air Force, you have the Navy, you have the Immigration, you have the Customs, you have Shell, you have ELF, you have IGP. So it's one local government very important, and you cannot preside over such local government with all these important major stakeholders of the economy and security of the nation. For you to preside over such, then you know what Nigeria is all about. So, but before I became the council chairman, it was not easy. It was not easy because it's a local government that so many interests, indigenous and those who are not from that area. For record purposes, I was the first chairman to become a chairman that the Supreme Court has to affirm for me to be a chairman.
Was there a tussle on the election, isn't it?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. It's not a place where you can come and say, oh, anybody can be a chairman. No, it's not correct. It's not correct because you have several interests, indigenous, outside. Like I told you, you have all these IOCs in that local government. You have all this security apparatus, Air Force, Navy, Army, police, all within universities.
It's a very influential and very rich also.
I don't know.
So in terms of you have a lot of resources available to you as a local government.
I don't want to talk about resources or rich. There's no auditor that has come to say, look, we are one of the richest, no auditor. But what I want to say is that these establishments, prison, immigration, are all there. Right. Now, but by the grace of God, it took me to go to Supreme Court to become a chairman of council. 2, before I became, I passed a lot of hurdles. I was charged for murder. I don't know whether you understand what I'm talking about. I was charged for murder. I was charged for armed robbery. So it's not something that you think, oh, you just became a chairman of local government. No, it wasn't easy for me. But again, I saw that you are being prepared for leadership. What is the punishment for murder? Assuming you are found guilty. Death. What is the punishment for armed robbery? Assuming you are found guilty. Death. Or life imprisonment. All these things were geared towards trying to stop me because they are all within the period of political electioneering. I was running for a chairmanship, murder. I was running for chairmanship, armed robbery. And so I said, oh, maybe God is preparing me for something. And to the glory of God, I survived all this.
You never saw that you were going to become governor one day? Did you ever come to your mind
Never.
when you were serving as local government chairman?
Never.
But you were very close. You became a chief of staff.
Chief of staff does not make you to be a governor.
But you were very close to power.
No, but if you're a chairman of a council, you're close to power. If you're a chief of staff to somebody, you're also close to power. So it is not because I became chief of staff I was close to power. No, I was chairman of a very important council, like you said, very important, very influential in the state. So how would I have known? I would have been a governor.
So you went from being a local government chairman to being a chief of staff to the governor at the time.
Yes.
Then you became a federal minister.
Yes.
Representing your state.
Yes.
Then you left that office to become a governor.
Yes. So that tells you, if you look at my antecedent, it has never been easy. Take for example, for me to be a chairman of council, I had to go to Supreme Court. To that level, chairman of council, even though I had to pass through a lot of process of being charged for murder, charged for armed robbery, for what you do not know about, but by the grace of God, I became a chairman. Then, to the point that I became a chief of staff, even to become that chief of staff was a problem. If you remember, when I was a chief of staff, on the 3rd of December, 2007, I was not assassinated. I was not assassinated. December 3rd, 2007, if I can remember vividly. So, even at that point, I was a threat, unknown to me.
So you had near-death scenarios in your political journey.
So, you know, the point I'm trying to say, I have never become in any of these without...
On a silver platter?
Yes, no. That you are dashed, you are given. No.
And you don't think that being a president also is going to come to you easy? Because your journey into politics has never been easy.
It has never been easy, and I have never one day said, I want it on a plate of gold. Never. In fact, you see, when you give people things on a plate of gold, it doesn't work well. It doesn't. So, for me, anything I'm seeing now, I just laugh. I say, oh, this is what I passed through. This is the process God is trying to lead me through.
So you are having it tough this time too?
Not necessarily that I'm having it tough, but yes, it cannot be easy. It's not given to you on a platter of gold. Power. It's not that. Power is not given. No. There's nobody that can tell you that you just take power. Not only just taking power, presidential power will give it to you on a platter of gold. Even when you get it on a platter of gold, it would not work well. Take for example, President Buhari, everyone is saying, no, give it to him. Give it to him. He's the Messiah. He's the this and that. What has happened? I don't believe.
You think he got it on the silver platter?
What?
He became president after 4 times, after trying 4 times.
Oh, no. Look at what happened. Look at history. all those periods that he was running as president, who came? But now that they came to deceive Nigerians, that look, this is the only man who can solve the problem. This is the only man who has the key to Nigeria being one of the greatest countries. And Nigerians were deceived, Nigerians were told, and we all bought him. Until we're where today. They told Nigerians, if you do not elect President Buhari, there cannot be any Nigeria again. If we do not elect President Buhari, forget it. Then forget it.
So now,
but now, look at what has happened.
Now, tell me about your experience with the screening process. We don't know for sure the names because the party has not come out with those who have been screened out.
Yeah.
Do you have an idea? Were you successful?
No. Frankly speaking, I just received my clearance certificate.
So it means that you are successful?
Yes. I may tell you. I may tell you. Who would have been more successful than me? Tell me.
So you went confidently? You never thought that you may have any order to cross or any problem?
What would have been in terms of certificate? No. What would have been the hurdle? First of all, I didn't go to school. I didn't have my primary certificate. I didn't have my secondary. Not my first degree. Not my first, second degree. Not my youth service. You see, you know what made me happy was that when I went to screening, I saw Mike Ahamba, one of the most revered senior advocates of Nigeria. And you know what he said? Look. But I don't know what anybody will question about the certificate. So I have never had any controversy about my certificate. The schools I attended, nobody can say, let us go and ask. As I speak to you here now, I can tell you who was my seatmate from year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, University of Port Harcourt, who were my seatmates from the Riverside University. As I came from my youth service, I served in the former Gongbera state that now became Adamawa and Taba. In fact, I served in Tako, which is today in present Taraba state. So I can tell you who were my colleagues as corpers.
So your credential is not in doubt. But what the voters may want to know or question is your capacity to lead in this country. I mean, you've led River State.
Yes.
But there's a lot more to leading Nigeria. You're going to be president of over 200 million people, the largest gathering of black people on earth, and perhaps the most influential country on the continent. So the question is, what differently do you have to offer than what we have presently?
Now, let me be very kind to you. You made so many issues, the most influential country, the most populous country. How do you arrive at that? If I talk about
the statistics to show.
What is
United Nations statistics? The nation has its statistics also.
Nigeria is the most influential in terms of what?
Nigeria has the highest GDP on the continent.
No, the most influential in terms of what?
In terms of military power, Nigeria is influential. Nigeria has helped the likes of Sierra Leone, Liberia in wars. Economically, Nigeria, in terms of population.
Okay. First of all,
you don't agree that Nigeria is
influential? First of all, I've not gotten the ticket of my party. When I get the ticket of my party, then we'll be able to say. Now you're asking me capacity. What capacity do you want me to have?
Considering the challenges of Nigeria.
What are the challenges?
The capacity to fix them.
Okay, tell me, what are the challenges? Security. If you ask me today, what's the problem of security in Nigeria? The major issue today, like you and I will agree, is well, problem of leadership. Leaders need to confront what insecurity. Let the government fight corruption. With due respect, if I'm given the opportunity to be president of this country today, one major thing, anybody, whether they like it or not, it doesn't matter the party you belong to, it doesn't matter what interest you have, Nigeria is dying. Nigeria is full of insecurity. Let nobody come and tell you, as I come, I'm going to solve the problem of the economy. What economy? When there's insecurity. One thing you must solve first is the issue of insecurity. If you don't have a courageous leader, if you don't have a fearless leader, now say, look, we cannot allow this to continue. The insecurity is clear. What do I talk about the economy? How do I talk about agriculture? How do I talk about employment? Or solving the problem of unemployment? You must have to say, today, I'm in my house, 7:25. How do I survive tomorrow? Are you sure I'm not going to be kidnapped this night? Are you sure my wife, she's not back? Are you sure my children are not back from work? What's going on? Up till now, 7:25, you have to fight the issue of insecurity. And you must take headlong.
They will say charity begins at home. You mentioned the issue of economy, issue of fighting corruption, issue of security. So the question will be, how much of that did you do in your state?
Oh,
how successful are you in that? I mean, that should be a template for you to show Nigerians that I've done it here and I have the capacity to do it at the national level.
Let me even, as at the time I came in as governor of Rivers State, what was Rivers? You were hearing Rivers everywhere. Every day on the road, the buses have been kidnapped. People have been killed. People have been killed. Look, it was bad. So what is the position today? I'm not saying, with due respect, that you can stop insecurity. No, nobody. All over the world, nobody can do that. Even in America. What is important is that, yes, there's insecurity. If people are caught, can they be sanctioned? I have, as a matter of fact, in Rivers State, reduced the level of insecurity. What it used to be is not what it is now. And whether anybody likes it or not, you can go home. Every Rivers person can go home today, look. That is not what it is now. Before, we cannot say you can go home to Rivers State and go and sleep. But now, that is a thing of the past. But that does not mean you cannot have some pockets of insecurity. It's all over in the world. It's all over.
But what would you say is the solution of insecurity?
For me, to fight insecurity in this country, you must have a state police. It's the key. We must not religionize it, exercise. No. State security is key, is paramount in fighting insecurity in this country today. And we talk about true federalism. Let me tell you, what are we talking about? We can have a state police. What does that have to do with conflict with federal police? We can have a local police, community policing. Why? The law is clear. Offenses committed and can be tried under the federal laws, which will be taken care of the federal police. Offenses committed under the state laws, that will take over the state police. So also local councils and community. Why is anybody afraid that, look, if you commit an offense in my community, the community police should be able to handle it? If you commit offense within the local government and that the local councils, cannot handle it. People come and tell you, oh, if you allow state police, politicians, for Christ's sake, how long can we continue to talk about this?
All right. We need to take a breather, but so much more to talk about. I'm going to get your take on the congresses that your party is conducting across the state, your relationship with your colleagues who are running, who are in this raid, the issue of the delegates, we'll talk about zoning and so much more, but we'll take a breather, everyone. Also, we'll touch on the issue of the politics of River State. Who succeeds Governor Nyesom Wike is another issue to talk about right here on the program, everyone. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. I've been speaking with the Executive Governor of River State, Nyesom Wike, and the presidential aspirant of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Let's get back to the conversation now. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for your time tonight. Let me begin. There's a lot of controversy in relation to in Anambra State, in a few other states, on the Congress that your party is conducting. What are your biggest fears? Because those Congress will culminate into the delegates that will now be the ones to go into the presidential primary. But when your party is in this kind of trouble at this stage, what are your biggest fears?
Did you get any information where there are problems?
Yes, in Anambra State there's a problem. In a few other states, it skipped my mind now, about 3 states down, they're having issues.
Okay. Now, shall we know? I must tell you the simple truth. When I was coming here, my colleagues, my supporters told me, look, be careful so that you don't seem as if you have said something against the party. And I told them, but just tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. Do you believe in things being done well? They say yes. So assuming things are not done well, what do you want me to say? They say, well, you know, you should be able to. I said, no, I will not do that. I won't do that. If there are things are not right, things are not right, I won't do it. If things are right, things are right. I said, no, I've not been in the country. I was away, I came in today. And while I was away, I was monitoring things. Sean, let me tell you the simple truth. I've been in this process. One problem I found out in this country, political parties do not respect electoral laws. I will tell you the truth. And whom do I blame? At the end of the day, is INEC.
About the ongoings in the political party, internal affairs.
Listen to what I said.
The observance
I said, my observation is that political parties do not respect electoral laws. I didn't say PDP.
Why did you say so?
No, but it's true. And I said, whom do I blame? It's INEC. You know, INEC came out to say, look, we will not, if you do not obey the rules, if you do not obey our guidelines and the Electoral Act, we will not accept it. Take, for example, say we do with respect to you. If the law says every primary or congresses, as it may be, that INEC must monitor. If we do not monitor, we will not accept whatever you may have come out with. Do you understand the point I'm making? So do you understand what I said? Take, for example, INEC said every party, according to the Electoral Act, whether you want to do your annual delegates, national delegates, party primaries of House Assembly, of the Senate, of governorship, of House of Reps, we must monitor where those congresses or primaries are taking place. If we find out that, take for example, the 3 ad hoc committee are to be held in each of the wards of Rivers State, 319 wards, and we find out that there are no such Congress or congresses in that 319, we will not accept whichever result you bring that. They will not be party or part of the congresses or primaries that will take place for that. 2, in primaries of House of Assembly, National Assembly, governorship, you must tell us where. In my own River State, Obiabo consensus 1, Obiabo consensus 2, I come from consensus 2. And where the headquarters of consensus 2, where will the primaries take place? It will take place in the headquarters of consensus 2. And if we go there, there's no primary taking place in consensus 2. We will not accept any result.
Has INEC been failing on this?
No, I'm coming first. I'm coming. What I'm trying to say that, look, our problem is that INEC must, to help Nigeria, to help democracy to grow, not me. INEC shouldn't help me. INEC should help Nigeria to say, listen, we have come out with this guideline under the Electoral Act. Now look, 3-man delegates must take place in each of the wards. And our personnel, our officers must monitor. If they do not monitor, or they monitor, and what they are getting is different from what the party is submitting to them, INEC has that obligation to say, listen, we will not accept this. In that way, our democracy will grow. Take, for example, we want to do House of Assembly primaries. It will take place in the constituencies, the headquarters of the constituencies. And you send your personnel to Rivers State, Obiabo, constituency 2, where the primary taking place. It's taking place in social place. And we went there. There was no primaries. There's nothing to talk about. And the party is trying to tell you there was a result. And then she said, look, gentlemen, we cannot accept this because we must adhere to the state rules. It's not about what Wike as a governor.
So this is what is happening.
No, I didn't say, no, you see, what I'm trying to say is that you asked me, what are the things to be done? And I said, if these things are not done, INEC has the responsibility to say, we will not accept this. We will not accept it.
All right.
It's not whether Governor Wike, see, it's not whether Governor Wike, take for example, I'm from River State, I'm a governor, with all due respect, and I tell anybody, I challenge anybody, if INEC finds out the 3-man ad hoc committee is not taking place in any of the wards in River State, INEC with due respect, should say, no, Mr. Governor, we didn't see where this took place. We will not accept it.
Let me quickly jump in here and ask you, it's going to be a tough primary in your party.
Yes.
And it's a delegate election.
Yes.
What are you telling the delegates?
What delegates?
The delegate that we're going to the presidential primaries.
So it's the same thing I'm just talking about now. Take for example. If you say, like Professor Yakubu Mumayo said, that if INEC finds out that no World Congress took place as per the 3-man ad hoc delegate, or the national delegates, or the primaries of the House of Assembly, the House of Representatives, or Senate, we will not accept it. Now, you talk about now the presidential primaries, which you have just asked me, right? What will lead to that? If we do not have the national delegates, or what we call local government Congress, which will elect one person per LGA, which will be a delegate or national delegate to the National Convention of the presidential primaries, then how will you not say that you should have a national convention?
So is your party getting things right?
That what, for now, we are watching from what we are having about these 3-man delegates that will culminate to the national delegates, and that will now culminate
into the national Congress. I mean,
to the House of Assembly primaries, to the House of Representatives, to the senatorial our governorship, that will accumulate to the national convention. If these things are not followed up, when there's a breach of one, take for example,
it affects the other. It's a dovetailing effect.
Take for example, you're from River State. Take for example, we do the national delegate of the local government congress, right? Then it means that nobody can be a national delegate of the National Convention for the presidential primaries.
So this is a warning to your party?
Not necessarily warning, I'm talking about generally.
Generally, I mean, how this will affect the scheme of things.
Act, whether it's the APC, whether it's any other party. The point is that the law is clear. I'm saying that INEC has a role
to play
to help Nigeria to say, look, all these parties must comply with the provisions of the Electoral Act.
All right, let's take a quick breather now. We need to take a commercial break, and when we come back, the conversation continues. Stay with us. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's continue the conversation now. Give us an idea of how cool you are with some of your colleagues, some of those who are you're very good friends. Someone like the governor of Sokoto State, you supported me very closely when he was running for president and presidential ticket of your party in 2019. And interestingly, we are seeing some of your colleagues in the South who are also in your party gunning for the same ticket. Give us an understanding, because what we are hearing is quite interesting. What is happening?
In terms of what?
Your relationships with presidential aspirants and your fellow governors.
Oh, okay, that's very fine. In terms of presidential aspirants, let me tell you, the problem I have in this country is this today. People don't want to say the truth, and I feel so bad. Frankly speaking, I have friends, and when I meet with my friends, you see the way we argue, you won't believe it. Take for example, Governor Autumn of Benue State is one of those who have come out to say he supports me, but if you see him when we argue, when we meet, you won't believe it. Governor Autumn and Wike, you become. I said, what is the rule? We met one time, and if you see the way me and Governor Autumn, but the point is that he said, look, this is what I think. And I said, this is what I think. Right? At the end of the day, he touches me, he passed me. This young man, I said, okay, he's not young man matter, but it's, look, what's his reality? There is nobody today contesting for president of this country from the north. I do not have a relationship with, I do not support. And there's none of them who have not come to me as Wike. So look, with you, I think I will have my way. And I have always said, look, I agree, but look, put things on ground. Put things on the table. Look at what's on ground. What do we do? If you ask most of my friends, the problem I have with friendship is that if we agree on something, let's keep to it. If there's any reason why that shouldn't be done, I should be letting.
I'd say, is there any example of any one of them who has not kept to?
No, not a particular about. I can tell you. I'll tell you one. Take for instance, Saraki is one very intelligent young man. Nigerians must have to listen to.
Who is that?
Buhari Saraki.
Senator Buhari Saraki.
With all due respect. But ask me, I was one of those who made sure he became a Senate president. He was on the APC, right? I stood for him and I said, look, we talk about intelligence. Whether you hate him or you don't like him, this young man is intelligent, it's £5. Why would you not allow such a person to be at the helms of affairs to also checkmate the executive? I never hid my feeling, and everyone knows me that. My brother, my friend Tambo, when he wanted to be speaker, asked him. The government, PDP didn't want him to be speaker, but I was one of those who said, no, we shouldn't do that. I came out, I said, no, he'll be speaker. Even when he wanted to be president, I was one of those who said, look, gentlemen, he's a very young man. It doesn't matter. We must not do this by age. And I gave all my heart. People were fighting me all over. In the south, in the west, in the north, in the east. They all fought me. Why are you bringing Tambo? I said, it's not about me bringing Tambo. I have found this man that is somebody that I think has all it takes to lead.
So you don't have any qualms with running against your friends?
No. I'm just. You asked me a question. It's important for me to explain. So I just want to say, and I have no apologies to anybody, and I did that. I didn't support Atiku for my reason that, look, Atiku, listen, the way the antecedent, the politics, that I don't think is comfortable. I'm going to support Tambo. But he won. I want to challenge anybody, any governor, any party in this party, who would say he gave Atiku the support I gave. In fact, I can tell you, in the South, it was only in my state that APC never got 25%. I can say that. And I think, I came out all out, I supported him. Now, and as at that time, we said, look, it should be to the north, 2019. And nobody from the side came out to say, what I don't like in my life, it does not matter. If there are factors that have come up, you can tell, look, gentlemen, my brother, look, I think what is now was not what I would ever did. And then we can sit down and talk about it.
Right.
But what I do not like is that they say, oh, this person, I feel bad. When people say, oh, this not right for a wiki. No one group can win an election without the other group. No, not other can win without
because
that.
we're running out of time.
No.
And I still have about two more questions before we go.
I'm running out of time and making Nigeria not understand.
We have a frame of time.
So if I say nobody in the South can win the election without the Northern, nobody in the Northern can say you can win it without the Southern. But the point is, tell me the truth. I'll tell you the truth. But what I do not like is where everybody wants to see where this country is divided. You North, why are you following Wike? You South, why are you following Tambua? What kind of system is that? I do not, and I will not.
You stand by what you believe?
Yes, I will never be a party to tell anybody telling me why do you support the North.
All right, let me
telling the North why do you support the South. I will not agree to that.
I just have about 2 minutes, and quickly, I'd like to ask you 2 questions. First and foremost, are the reactions that you're getting on the issue of IPOD and your stance on IPOD, are they threats to you?
Yeah. Why would they be a threat to me? Let me tell you, it is because of the division in this country today. We have never had this kind of country being divided this way. And that's why I see all this kind of agitation. You know, what pains me is people take politics to think that, oh, I want to use opportunity to fight this person. I want to ask everybody. And the day I will play it, Nigerians will be shocked. There came a time, IPOD was singing praises about Wike. This the kind of whoever singing praise about Wike, Oyike is our son, is this. Why? I said, look, federal government, there's nothing wrong in people agitating. All is important, listen to the agitations. What are they talking about? Sit down with them, talk with them. Right? There's nothing wrong about that. My problem came, and whether anybody likes it or not, and which I will not compromise to that. Where you came to my state, burnt every infrastructure, the courts, the police, the state put money, build the courts, everything. You came, burnt everywhere. And then said, look, not only are you burning it, that we are part of you. And I said, no, don't do that. That's not correct. I support the agitation. I support the injustice against the Southeast. Whether anybody likes it or not, I do. We should sit down on the table and discuss it. But again, what did I do wrong? Where you have now come to say, burn everything there. We own everything there. I'm a governor, and you are telling me for what has never happened, and I should accept simply because of what? And I ask them a simple question. Do you need to kill everybody in my area? Do you need to kill all the infrastructure that I put in place? Simply for me to say, I'm with you? I said, no, I won't do that.
All right.
So, no, not only that. Now, all these people who are shouting now, they support IPOD. Ask me, any of the aspirants, with all due respect today, let them come and tell me who came out to say, IPOD, I'm with you. IPOD, what I do is right. IPOD, wherever you go, I am. And people now, you see, that's what I don't like in Nigerian politics. Everybody, because we're in an election, you want to take advantage. I read what they were saying that Wike said, I don't need IPOD. I don't need Southeast. After all, I'm with the North, I'm with the Southwest, I'm with the Niger Delta. I will win an election. Who is the Southeast? You know, you read some of this, you just laugh. The point I'm making, brother, whether anybody likes it or not, there is injustice in the country. That division in the country, you need to sit down to discuss. But that does not mean that we must kill everybody. When you kill everybody, how do you now sit down with people?
We're totally out of time here
to discuss.
It's unfortunate. I'd like to touch on a few other issues, but we are totally out of time now. But I must sincerely thank you, and I'm going to wish you the very best in your pursuit. Thank you so much for coming tonight.
Thank you very much for the
But that's our show for tonight, everyone. Many thanks for watching. I'm Nyesom Wike. Bye for now.